Hi, it's Heather. I'm here to answer another question that my friend asked me recently as I reflect back on 1 year later post knee replacement surgery. It was my right knee that was replaced, and I was really prepared as much as I could have been, working on alleviating my fears, making sure that I felt like the actual materials would work well for my system. But here's something I didn't anticipate, and that was that I was going to have trouble connecting my upper and lower legs, and in essence, my brain to my foot. The question that my friend asked was, how did yoga play? How did it come to play or help post knee replacement surgery? It's a really interesting question because yoga is quite vast in its ability to support, whether it's just through breathing or it's through physical poses, the energy of yoga. For me, the way the yoga helped initially was to keep me calm, because as somebody who was very connected to all parts of my body and kind of in control before my surgery, losing that connection between my brain and my foot was extremely distressing. What did I do? The first thing I did was I tried to find places of my foot that I actually could feel or find. One of the ways I did it was to ground, and I couldn't feel the bottom of my feet either. So I used the element or the idea of grounding from yoga, and I would get my husband to give me a flax bag. And when I was sitting, for example, I would put the flax bag on top of my foot so that I could feel something there, a weight to tell that there was a part of me underneath that flax bag. That was one of the first things that I did that was coming from my background of yoga. Find the ground. The other things that I did that were really important and connected with yoga were about breathing. However, I kept it really simple. I feel like I was in such an anxious place that my lungs were closed and my breath was short. So I used one of my favorite breathing exercises where we put our thumb together with our pointing finger and breathe in and breathe out. And then keep going with thumb to middle finger, breathe in, breathe out. Next one, so thumb to ring finger, breathe in, breathe out. Thumb to baby finger, breathe in, breathe out. And then palms open, breathing in and breathing out. And sometimes I would just go back to repeating it. So finding my fingers allowed my brain to know there were places in my body that I could still feel and that I could still find. Later, that translated to kind of feeling the foot. So just doing like a little bit of a scrunch of the foot and then releasing the toes. That probably was until maybe about 5 months post surgery that I was kind of starting to play with the foot. And I say play because the first few months didn't feel like there was any play, there was any fun, there was absolutely nothing to live for in life. That's what it felt like, because I was in probably the normal healing pain from knee surgery. And in addition, something was going on with my kneecap, and it seemed to be locked or stuck. but the pain just felt like someone was constantly hammering it. That is not entirely gone, but the volume on it has toned down quite a bit. So from a pain body, when all we can do is focus on pain, another way that yoga really helped me was to take the focus somewhere else. So, for example, the breathing with the fingers, and in those moments, I distracted from the knee and the pain. I also would do other things to focus. So, keeping in mind, I didn't have a whole brain back that wanted to concentrate. I would have loved to read. My cataracts were not good, and focusing on reading and struggling to read wasn't really an option. And listening to an audible, turns out I am not good at sitting still and listening to audible unless I'm in a car driving or doing some kind of craft. That wasn't really an option for me. So I had to develop kind of almost my own sequence of focus. And oftentimes it would just be focusing on breathing while thinking about, let's say, my eyes, and then focusing on my cheeks and jaw and releasing tension, and then, shoulders and releasing tension, and cascading that down the body without getting into the stress of, oh my God, where's my foot? Where's my knee? What's going on? So trying to keep away from those thoughts and kept trying to find ways to support through the techniques that I learned in yoga. Fast forward, it's a year later. I can do some yoga. There are things I can't do, and I've been told I'll never be able to do, like a full child's pose or lying or sit on my hands and knees. I can do it, not for too long. And part of it is accepting that there are some things that just have to change. Yoga and post-surgery, that's what I did to support myself with yoga post-surgery. I hope this is helpful to you. If you are pre-surgery, post-surgery, and you want to know how to integrate some breathing and yoga into your recovery, or you're past that but you don't do yoga and you want to discover ways of doing yoga that are safe and adapted for whatever you've gone through, please contact me. I'm Heather Skoll. I am a certified Kripalu yoga teacher, and I am also a certified Rubenfeld synergist. You can learn more about me at my website, heatherskoll.com, and there's lots of socials as well to follow. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Namaste.